Habari Gani, my beautiful Ndugu Nadada. This is one of your elders, one of your teaching elders, General Abu Amin Ra. My brothers and sisters, I need to speak to you and try to open the eyes of those of you who are asleep to the fact, and to bring it back into consciousness on the screens of the minds of those who know this. But because they're doing so much research, they've pushed it in the background and have forgotten it's there. I want to remind you or teach you what reparations are. First of all, reparations means repair. Fix what you've broken and messed up. That's what reparations mean. Now let me let you know the forms of reparations can be dispersed in: money, minerals, other resources, land, and other things that can be given to a person or persons to assist in their repair. Now listen, my brothers and sisters. Reparations are not a gift. When you demand reparations, you're not begging for a handout. Let me explain to you what it's all about. Your ancestors, my ancestors, were brought from Africa to the United States to serve as chattel slaves. In other words, they were treated and reacted to as if they were property. Now listen to me. They owned my and your ancestors for over 400 years. 400 years. Owned us like property and did with us whatever they desired to do whenever they wanted to do it. Now listen. They worked our ancestors from sun up to sundown, sometimes 7 days a week, 360 days a year. For almost 300 years, without giving them just compensation for all that labor. They made so much profit off of your ancestors' labor until it stimulated and caused the rise of capitalism. They made some money off of our ancestors. But now listen, they didn't give our ancestors any of that money. They kept that money and turned our ancestors loose freely, so they say, so that they could go on their own, but didn't give them any recompensation for all that labor for those centuries they had robbed from them. They put that money in banks, other financial institutions, other businesses, property, other resources, and passed it on down to their ancestors. That's what the profits that were made from our ancestors are today. The children of the slave masters are in possession of them. But yet we were turned loose from slavery, physical slavery that is, to make it on our own without any resources. We had to go for ourselves. And we're still going for ourselves. But every time we try to rise, they kick us back down. We had a period known as Reconstruction, where we involved in politics in the economic systems of this world and this country called the USA. But as soon as they got tired of it, they destroyed it. Then we started a town in Oklahoma that was called Black Wall Street because of its economic success. But as soon as they got tired of it, they tore it down and burned it down and killed the occupants who were in it. Now here we are struggling today, trying to catch up to the white man, to the Asian, and to others when they are on the starting line with something to work with economically, resources. And we started on the starting line with nothing. So reparations is merely, brothers and sisters, them returning all of that labor they stole from us, which would have been inherited by us, but they would not allow it. They gave it to their descendants who are sitting on it today. So if we are ever going to gain economic parity in this country, we are going to need to start like everybody else. This country needs to pay us what they owe us, but we must demand it. But first we must understand that we deserve it. It's ours. It's sitting there. And all we have to do is acquire it, and we would be in a shape financially. Or we can start businesses throughout the world, help develop Mother Africa. They owe what is equivalent to $1.5 million to every African, so-called American, who are descendants of those they held in chattel enslavement. You owe it to your ancestors, and we owe it to our ancestors to collect what the white man stole from them and still has today divided amongst his descendants. Do you understand what I'm saying? We demand reparations because we deserve reparations, and reparations are ours and must become our primary struggle in the not too distant future. Wasagaya my Induga Nadada. Peace and hotep to you.